What's up, Thumpers? Welcome to another trailer reaction from Hyper Rabbit Power Go. We are finally here to do the trailer reaction for Star Wars Episode 9. What's the name of this movie? The Rise of Skywalker, as revealed today
title.
at Star Wars Celebration.
Yes.
It was very, very difficult to open any social media platform today.
I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to say it was impossible.
It was impossible.
It was impossible.
And I also want to say, like, compared to the Marvel trailers and the DC trailers, we were not bombarded with requests to do the trailer.
So thank you.
So thank you. But there was so much general discussion about this trailer that it made it impossible. And one thing did get spoiled for me. I will tell you after we watch the trailer.
Okay.
I won't say who did it. But, you know, that's life.
The giggle in the background.
Yeah.
Whoever that was.
I watched it already. I watched it today at work. Because I had no choice, and I can't tell you what I was doing at work because it's a secret thing that hasn't been announced yet. It hasn't been announced yet.
Are you dating John Boyega?
I am dating John Boyega. Him and I are like this. So I was in Chicago this morning. But
you're dating John Boyega because he thought you're Oscar Isaac.
That's true. That's what it was.
That's what it is.
I can't, so I'll settle.
I figured it out.
I'll settle for you.
I figured it out.
I'll settle for you.
And I'll take that.
Yeah.
Dang.
He's the best. Did you see the sweater he was wearing today?
Yeah.
People were like, from now on, it will not be known as what it was before, but it will now be a Boyega sweater. That's what it was.
That's what it is. It's a Boyega sweater.
Just recall the tags, please.
So, but I've seen this, but I'm going to blow your mind here. This is a Star Wars trailer, and I don't know if you guys know this. Star Wars trailers are very rewatchable. So I am incredibly excited.
Aren't most of these?
Yes, I'm incredibly excited to watch this with you guys. But yes, you've had some things spoiled. Even you muted a bunch of stuff. There's still people tweeting at you. Still people it happens. Because everyone's excited. But it's like we have jobs and we can't. We want to do this, but we literally cannot do it until 9:30 at night.
Yeah.
So we get
literally 9 hours after the trailer has gone online already. We're like, well, we got to wait and we got to try to maneuver. Like I post a lot of this stuff on Hyper Heroes, and I've had to turn off autoplay and everything just so I can just close my eyes and automate everything and then just hit publish and walk away.
My big problem was on Facebook. We were chatting all day trying to get tomorrow's event put together, and everybody was just posting it. I'm like, stop auto-playing this damn trailer, please. I can't watch this.
You've seen the first 5 seconds 300 times.
I know, just whatever it is at the beginning, I just, I trained my finger just to, click on pause real quick or scroll real quick.
All that having been said, we're so excited to watch this right now. Some of us for the first time.
With our big disclaimer out of the way.
Yeah.
Should we just get into this?
Full disclosure.
I really don't know. I really don't know what to expect.
There's no
it's
discussion
Star Wars
needed.
Here we go. Okay.
She looks fantastic.
Dude, she's a superhero.
She's got Luke's lightsaber again.
We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now.
What?
But this is your fight.
Who's talking?
It's Luke.
Oh, it is Luke.
This is a good trailer.
Oh my God.
Okay.
That scared me.
What the hell is she about to do?
Homie.
It's so dope.
Oh shit.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Lando!
That's Hope 45.
Oh, wow. Oh, whoa.
We'll always be with you. No one's ever really gone.
Rise of Skywalker.
The last Star Wars movie ever
So many
that will be made.
Questions. Whoa. Okay, mute this and we'll kind of go through this.
Sure.
Okay, so the laugh at the end, clearly the big mystery.
Wait, let's start at the beginning.
No, let's go. No, okay, let's go to the beginning.
So I did watch the panel, and in the panel, Daisy Ridley did reveal that Stephen Colbert had asked her about Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, and she did say that the lightsaber does live, which we see it in the first shot of the movie, or in this trailer.
This is the one that broke apart.
This is the one that broke apart when she fought Kylo Ren.
So she Jedi puts it back together.
She reassembles it.
Cool.
This shooting location is actually where they shot Lawrence of Arabia.
Didn't they say they were shooting in Jordan?
Yes.
In Jordan, right? Yeah.
I have no clue what planet this is supposed to be.
No idea.
This could be Jakku. We could be going back to Tatooine again.
Different.
But yeah, there's just so many Star Wars planets.
Right.
There must be countless amount of desert planets.
Half of them are desert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't surprise me at all. This stunt is really, really cool. I can only assume that it's Kylo Ren chasing after her. I don't recognize that Imperial or that First Order ship. It might be a new ship from Kylo Ren. I'm going to assume that the gloved hands are Kylo Ren's.
Well, what I'm assuming, too, is the wing shape, because you remember his last shape had very exaggerated wings.
Yeah.
This TIE fighter has very exaggerated front tips as well.
And Vader had a TIE interceptor that looked just like this.
Right.
And just didn't have, like, the pointy
the
fins, I guess, at the end.
This is one of the coolest things I've seen in
this
Star
stunt
Wars movie.
Is pretty amazing.
Awesome.
Well, this whole sequence reminds me of, like, an old-school samurai showdown.
Totally, yeah.
It's just like we both have our weapons and a Western at the same time. Yeah. It's the first person to strike wins.
Exactly. And the narration by Luke, I feel like this alludes to the fact that Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill will return as a spirit. I know that they haven't really confirmed it, but I believe that it has been sort of made common knowledge that Mark Hamill shot stuff for Episode 9.
Right.
So him returning as a spirit would not be a shock to me at all. It would make complete sense. If Yoda shows up again as a spirit, that also would not surprise me.
Well, I mean, it sounds like he's talking to her.
Exactly.
Because all this dialogue is new.
Yeah.
Is it new? This isn't stuff that he said?
I don't think
never
this is
heard
stuff
it
from
before.
The Last Jedi, no.
Yeah.
Especially the part where he says 1,000 generations worth of, like, Jedi history basically lives on through you.
What I remember is at the end of The Last Jedi, when he's talking about The Last Jedi, he's talking to Kylo, saying, Rey is this, Rey is that, and I will not be the last Jedi. And that was great, but that was to Kylo. So this is now directly to her.
So this is to her,
Cool.
And JJ also wouldn't reveal how much time has passed, so we can assume that she's been spending this time going through those Jedi books. Learning about the history of the Jedi
Order. Going through her own trials. That's what I want to see, a Jedi trial on film.
So I think that's how they're basically going to
it's so good though.
Basically that'll be the progression of her as a character from movie to movie of like, great, how much time has passed and how much power has she assumed since then?
I mean, she looks 100% confident at this
totally.
point
And then
face down a TIE fighter.
Ripped.
Then
awesome.
Then we've got like shots of new planets potentially that I've never seen before with some new ships.
Yep.
Kylo Ren fighting who knows what.
Stabbing people with the short part of his lightsaber.
Some inhabitants. I mean, he's fighting side by side with stormtroopers.
Welding his helmet
reassembling
together.
his helmet. I guess the biggest indicator of a passage of time is Finn. Because his look has sort of changed the most.
I really dig his hair.
Yeah, and John Boyega talked about how the costume was actually an integral part of Finn, of him as an actor, but also as Finn sort of coming to terms as his own character.
Right.
Because in Force Awakens, he was basically in stormtrooper outfits, and then he like stole parts of his uniform, and then Episode 8 was kind of the same thing.
So this is his uniform,
And then this is a Dio, a brand new droid that's going to be, accompanying BB-8.
Adorbs.
Then like, who doesn't love Lando Calrissian?
I mean,
when he came on stage, it was like, it felt so right, and somebody on the stage actually yelled, was like, "It's about time!" And he was like, "Yeah, it is. It is about time."
And then he cracked open a Colt 45.
That's right, and it was great too because Stephen Colbert asked him about the character of Lando and how did he sort of find the in for Lando, and he's like, "Well, Lando has never left me. This is like a character that has been with him for 40 years, and he's had such an amazing time playing this character, and he seems to have loved working with J.J. Abrams, which is really, really cool.
That's great.
And it's just nice to see him in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Also, the taglines, they are the opposite of the taglines from Star Wars Episode 1.
Interesting.
The taglines in Episode 1 where every saga has a legend, every story has a legend, every saga has a beginning, and these ones are every saga has an end.
Every saga has an end.
Yeah, cool.
This, I couldn't tell at first, but as the shot held longer, this is the second Death Star.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's the one that would eat the suns, right?
No, this is not Starkiller Base. This is the Death Star. Probably it looks like the original
The Death Star they were rebuilding.
in Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
Which would justify why you hear
Return of the Jedi.
The Emperor.
Looks like we're gonna have to rewatch all of them again.
Is that the Emperor cackling though?
Yeah, it is.
So that was the part that was spoiled for me. The part that the Emperor was in there.
Come on. I'm kidding.
I didn't know. I legit thought it was the Joker.
We're crossing universes.
Endgame? What's that? This is the most ambitious crossover in history.
And so I was putting notes for the show, and I didn't realize this, but at the end of the panel, Ian McDiarmid actually came on stage after the trailer, and in his Palpatine voice said, "Play it again," and they played it again. And then I just started doing a little bit of digging, and there was an interview with Ash Crossan, and he was basically talking about, like, it's great to have Ian back as the Emperor, da-da-da-da. So I think that in itself is going to spark a whole
So just like the Jedi can come back as Force ghosts, so can the Sith.
I mean, Palpatine is one of the most powerful Sith
ever.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
didn't think about that,
And I just like The Last Jedi, at the end of The Last Jedi, where it was the Jedi Order must end, or the Jedi must come to an end. I think a lot of times we were like, oh, it's going to be the opposite. It's not going to that's not going to be in the movie.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was also one of those things to kind of flip it on its head of it may not be Palpatine, it may be some sort of final trial that Rey has to go through to overcome, and she has to maybe face Palpatine.
Just like Vader in the tree?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the Death Star, the second Death Star, will kind of be the perfect place to do it.
Oh, that's her Vader in the tree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be the ultimate test of, and I think when it says, the rise of Skywalker, JJ didn't want to obviously go into detail about it, but it's sort of, I feel like it alludes to rising to the legacy of what being a Skywalker is, and not literally being a Skywalker.
I hope so.
I personally hope she doesn't end up being Luke's daughter.
Correct.
I would love it, though, if that title is more of a metaphor for rising up and being the ultimate hero of your own story.
I would like it if the term Skywalker ended up being for, like, elite Jedi. Like, super duper elite Jedi. Like, that can only attain something that Luke kind of got. So you're a Skywalker Jedi, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's the level you've attained.
Yeah.
Rather than, like, the whole legacy. Because they're saying that this is wrapping up the saga. That's basically the first thing they said.
Yeah.
The third trilogy and 9 movies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was one of the first things they said at the panel. And so when I saw this title, I was like, this doesn't make sense. But I'm hoping that that's what it is. It's like it's a legendary status that you can get to.
I am hoping that I love it more than The Force Awakens. But if it doesn't do what The Last Jedi did for me, so I sandwich it right in between, I'll be a happy camper. I'll be like, solid 7, 8, 9. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Put those to the side. Ready for a couple of years or whatever.
Whatever's next. Whatever's in like the next 10 years.
But I've already seen a really interesting conversation from the title itself. A lot of people are excited about it, the mystery of it. A lot of other people are like really bummed that it even at the title itself suggests like, oh, you want to speculate this for a year, huh, fans?
It feels like a J.J. Abrams Pandora box thing a little bit.
It does, and it feels, and people are really afraid that the good work that was done in The Last Jedi is going to be undone, namely Rey being from nowhere. I think that's the thing I've seen the most is people defending that idea. They're like, if you undo that, if you say she's a Skywalker, if you say it's in her blood, it just, the whole purpose of The Last Jedi, which is Star Wars is for everybody. You can be the hero of your own story. The broom kid at the end, like all of that will kind of be like, undone.
Like are we going to see are we going to see what that whole setup was?
Right, and it's like, and maybe we won't in this movie, but honestly, if they keep making Star Wars movies until we die, which they probably will, I don't think it'll be episodes 10, 11, 12, but maybe we might see Broom Kid 20 years from now.
Yeah.
You know what
probably.
I mean? Like,
and he will be Broom Kid. That will be his name.
Yeah. What's your name?
Broom Kid.
Broom Kid? Yeah.
Broomy?
Broomy. Annie.
Broomy, homie.
Now this
my homie Broomy.
is brooming.
And he uses a broom.
Sweeping.
He never evolved from using a broom.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's all he was able to master. Yeah, and I mean, I think there's a lot of threads that sort of need to be tied up. The one thing that I'm really looking forward to that JJ talked about on the panel was he felt like with this movie, he really wanted to see the characters go on a journey together. Because Episode 7, Poe was on his own mission. Episode 8, everyone was on their own mission. And Episode 9, it's like, cool, we're putting them all together, including R2, 3PO, D-O, BB-8, and Chewie. And they're all going on some space adventure.
That's amazing. That's what I want. I feel like I don't know if this was intentionally done by design, because I feel like JJ was kind of not a last resort option, but just kind of like their safe pick for like a good rounding out of the story. But I feel like it's very appropriate now to have this film be a group adventure film. That's because even from this trailer, it felt very much like that. It felt big, it felt grand, and it felt like there was going to be implications for everybody moving on together as a group. So I'm really excited.
Same, yeah. And look, we could sit here and speculate all day about it, but
I know. So let's do it.
That's what they want us to do.
10-hour video.
Oh, my God, I would never in a million years, but I would at the same time. I'm just very interested to hear your guys' theories about what you think, how Palpatine is going to play a role in this movie. Will it just be a trial for Rey? Will he actually be a character that comes back? Are you going to be a fan of that, or do you think that's sort of JJ writing his own fan fiction and trying to appease fans from the 70s only, or is it meant to be for everyone? I don't know. This movie has a lot of crazy things to juggle, being the end of its own trilogy and entire saga. When they say that the Skywalker saga ends with Episode 9, does that mean 10, 11, 12 won't happen, or can they be about other characters?
No idea.
It's all open for discussion. Let us know in the comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe, youtube.com/hyperrpg. And also, guys, check out our Patreon. We just relaunched it. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff on there. There's a $2, $5, $10, $25, and a $250 tier. A lot of people have been jumping on board. If you guys want to see us do more of this stuff or do more stuff on top of this, help us grow our Patreon, and we'll be able to do all that. In the meantime, let us know all your comments down below, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.